Welcome back everyone to Prime Cycling. Today we're gonna explore what is required both win a Tour de France stage and to be in the breakaway and be competitive for the win. Because there are some pro athletes that have published their data on Strava. So first of all we can take a look at Ben Healy's file. He won stage 6 in the first week from the breakaway. I don't know exactly how heavy he is, but on Google it says 65 kilos, so we just have to go with that. Overall, stage was around 4.5 hours, and he had 275 in average power, 330 in normalized, and yeah, quite impressive file. If we take a look at the peak 10-minute power, which was up this climb, we can see that he averaged around 6.2 watts per kilo. Then he was with some other guys. I think it was Quinn Simmons and Michael Storer and some other guys. And then he made his last attack at this part. And the last 50 minutes of the stage he averaged around 336 with 360 normalized, about 5.2 watts per kilo. Yeah, it might not sound that hard, but you have to remember that he is around 3000 kilojoules in the ride, and his main focus is to be at as high average speed as possible and to be as aero. So maybe the power suffers from that, but we could see here on the front he is around 6.4 watts per kilo. Yeah, quite impressive. And if we take a look at his other breakaway man, Quinn Simmons, we could see that he is a bit heavier, around 73 kilos. So of course his number will be higher. And this is on crazy files. 390 watts in normalized power for 4.5 hours. Wow, that's really impressive. And we could take a look at here what he had to produce on that climb. Around 460, so also there 7.5 watts per kilo nearly. And yeah, you can see here that just to go into the breakaway is a really big challenge. Here we can see 510 watts for about 6 minutes. Really impressive. And here when he and Michael Storer tried to catch Ben Healy, also that high power. This man is strong. And here his sprint for second place, around 1000 watts for 15 seconds. If we take then we have some look at stage 10, where Quinn Simmons was in the breakaway as well. It was the stage when Simon Yates won, and this stage was really brutal. You can see up and down the whole day. Same there, 390 watts for 4.5 hours. It's just insane. And we can see here on the climbs, this was not the hardest one, I think. Around 5.5 watts per kilo. And we could see that it's only get harder and harder for each climb. So here we could see 466 watts for 10 minutes, which is 6.4 watts per kilo with some good spikes in it. And here at the last climb, I think this was the climb he got dropped, and then he was at 4,800 kgs into the ride, so you can really understand why he got dropped. He is a bit heavier than the others he was that day, and just cruising up to the finish. And then we have another stage win file to look at, and of course it's Jonas Abrahamsen's stage 11 win. Really impressive win. He was the first man to attack to get in the breakaway. So if we just take from master car, and here we could see where he attacked. It was the first part of the stage, around 16 seconds, and you could see here that he attacked, it come a sharp turn, and then he continued and got the gap with I don't know exactly which people he got in the break, but Marco Schmidt was with him, I think. And we can see that for the whole stage he had a good average power of around 344 watts and a normalized at 385, which is quite impressive, I must say. I assume he's about 78 kilos, but he could be a bit lighter at the tour, I don't know. And at the final climbs here we could see that almost 6.8 watts per kilo, and pretty steady hard in all of the climbs here. And here we have the wall about nearly 600 watts for 2.5 minutes. Wow, these guys are really strong. And it is 4,000 kgs into the ride, so, and in the sprint he got a nice 15 seconds of with almost 1100 watts, which really strong to put out after above 4,000 kgs. And then we got the last file that I will look at today, which is Quinn Simmons' ride stage 15, where he was in the breakaway. Here we can see once again 394 watts in normalized for this 3.5 hours, which is it's so impressive. We can take a look at people don't realize how hard it is to get into the breakaway. Yeah, you have to be really well positioned and make your moves really tactical, right? The first 30 minutes of the ride is nearly 400 watts just to get in the breakaway. And then we had these climbs. The first one was I think it was a C3 climb. Yeah, not that hard pace, just some tempo for these guys, around 5.5 watts per kilo. And then when Michael Storer, he really put hard pace on the next climb, nearly 500 watts for 8 minutes, which is about 7.7 watts per kilo, which is quite impressive. And from the bottom to the top, around there. And here at the end, it was here where Tim Wellens attacked, a really good attack. Nearly 6 watts per kilo for the whole climb here, with some really hard spikes. And then the last bit, nothing special. I think this group gave up a bit, but for sure he tried to attack here at the end to get the second place, but didn't work out. And then just rolling into the finish. So we can definitely see that Quinn Simmons is in his shape of his life, and if we got a stage win this year, we don't know, but I think he deserves it at least. He's one that's been in nearly all of the breakaway stages so far in the tour, so hopefully he can get something out. So yeah, that was everything I had to cover in this video. A bit short, and so thanks for watching, and see you next one.